How have you been today?
Yeah, all good, mate. Yeah, all good. Yourself?
I've not been too bad. I've not been too bad. So, first question I want to ask you is, what made you start boxing?
Uh, Bloody hell, mate. Started boxing when I was 12, I think it was. 12 years old, first walked through the door, a couple of lads from school, and just got the bug, really. I only really went. I don't actually remember. I did a bit of karate before that. I was pretty good at that. And then before that, I was actually an Irish dancer. So I tried a bit of everything. And so, yeah, it led me to the boxing doors and never looked back.
That's cool. That's cool. So, what are your plans for the rest of the year?
It's one fight at a time for me now. This is coming to the end of my career, I believe. But you never know what's around the corner, as obviously this next fight's proven. So I'll just take one fight as it comes. If I win this, I get options with Eddie Earn. So, we'll just see what comes, really.
Okay, and on your upcoming fight, you're fighting 4-0 Shavon Clark on the Leewood versus Mauricio Lara undercard. What's your mindset going into this fight?
For me, it's the last roll of the dice. I was all up for hanging the gloves up last year, because I didn't think there's an opportunity like this had come so soon. So I'm training like I'm possessed, to be honest. So I'm going to be very hard man to beat. I've got to beat him. I've got to beat him in style, and I've got to show everyone that I'm, right back in that top 10.
Okay, okay. And on the main event for that card, how do you see that one going?
It's a good fight, very good fight. I mean, I know Lee Wood from being on the circuit, seeing him around, and he's a very good fighter. You know what I mean? But Lara's just a dangerous fighter, and I mean, hats off to Lee Wood for taking this fight. He didn't have to take this fight; it's a voluntary defence. Um, I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Wood. I don't think Lee Wood does it. I think he pulls it out. I think the home crowd really get behind him. A lot of people are writing him off. I'm going for a Lee Wood win.
So another fight that's upcoming, which is this Saturday, is Arthur Beterbiev versus Anthony Yarde. Now you've fought Anthony Yarde before, only 3 years ago. How do you see that one playing out?
I think Beterbiev has just too clever, too cute, too clever, too strong. But I think it's a good fight as long as it's last. I just can't see. I can't see how what Anthony Yarde does to better anybody else what's been in there. Like I didn't feel when I was in there. I didn't feel like he had one punch concussive power. Every shot was quite stiff. But I think to go in there with someone like Beterbiev, you need to really hit him and hurt him. And I just think he'll be too clever to get caught. To be honest, he brings you onto them shots. His boxing ability is underrated. To be honest, he's a very accomplished amateur, and I don't think Anthony Yarde brings anything to the table he won't have already seen.
Okay, so on Anthony Yarde, I'm guessing that'll be your toughest fight. But if that isn't, what would you say your toughest fight has been?
No, I would say toughest fight. I've been in some absolute gruelers, to be honest. As far as that goes, that wasn't my toughest fight at all. I felt really comfy in there, to be honest. I was only a round down on the scorecards. The stoppage was terrible. Like I got stopped on 6. I was up bouncing at 6. Like it was crazy. So no, regards to that, I wouldn't say it was my hardest fight. I'd probably class, one of the hardest ones was, when I was in Ultimate Boxer, 3 fights in one night. That was rough because I had to really adapt in that as well, and that was a hard night. It was enjoyable, but it was a hard night. I won. I won Midlands Fight of the Year. I think it was in 2019 against Shaq Pitters. And then we was up for round of the year, number 7 for last year. So, I've accomplished some stuff in boxing, and I still feel like there's plenty more to give.
If you look back on your career over the past however many years, what would you say the moment that sticks out best to you would be?
It's got to be winning the English title. I think there was a lot of background to that fight, and to come back the way I did, and then to beat a guy like Kurt Garvey, who was like he won Tri Nations Gold. He's a very accomplished amateur, and it was in my hometown as well. We nearly sold out. I nearly sold it out, to be honest. So that was a that was an amazing night. So yeah, I would say definitely the English title win.
Okay, so how's training been going for your upcoming fight?
Yeah, it's going really well, really well. Kind of hit the ground running because I boxed just before Christmas, actually, like 2 weeks before Christmas. And then obviously before that was obviously the Alisaro fight. So this is going to be my 5th fight in like pretty much a year. So I've been very consistent the last year. And I think that's another thing what's going to bow really well for me in this fight as well. I've been very consistent. I've been on the ball all year, and he's had quite an inactive year.
Yeah. Okay, so that's really all the questions I have for you. So, yeah, thank you so much for taking this interview. I really do appreciate it. We'll need to do it again sometime down the road.
Yeah,
So,
no problem,
yeah.
mate. No problem at all.